Now, a prominent microbiologist who diagnosed early coronavirus cases in China has told the BBC he believes local officials covered up the scale of the initial outbreak. Professor Kwok Yung-Yuen, who was part of an investigation team in Wuhan in January, says there were gaps in the action taken and a reluctance to acknowledge the number of cases. Kerry Gracie reports now on whether China's response to the virus contributed to the global crisis.
Last December, people started turning up in hospitals in Wuhan with a mystery pneumonia. For 3 weeks, from the end of December, Chinese state media played down the risks.
They said there was no reason to suspect the virus was transmitted through humans and no medical personnel had been infected.
On the 12th of January, Hong Kong doctor Kwok Yung-Yuen diagnosed a family with coronavirus in Shenzhen. The eminent microbiologist knew family clusters signalled human transmission.
I have the experience of diagnosing cases in Shenzhen, and I know how efficient the virus was spreading, and I know that it is acquired from hospital, and I know that it can go with people by flights from one city to thousands of miles away.
Professor Yuan immediately alerted officials in Beijing, but China didn't tell its public or the rest of the world for a critical week in which the virus was free to spread inside the country and beyond. On the 18th of January, Professor Yuan joined a team of experts in Wuhan. He learned the market initially blamed for the outbreak had been disinfected before samples could be taken from all the animals.
When we went to the Huanan seafood markets, of course there is nothing to see because the market was cleaned already. So you may say that the crime scene is already disturbed. Because the seafood market was cleared, we cannot identify the animal host, which is giving the virus to human.
Professor Yuan helped to identify the SARS virus 17 years ago. Back then, Beijing withheld information for 4 months. The response was faster this time. But he says Wuhan officials were slow to admit rising patient numbers and infections among medical staff.
I do suspect that they have been doing some cover-up locally at Wuhan. The local officials who are supposed to immediately relay the information has not allowed this to be done as rapidly as it should.
For 3 weeks, Beijing had silenced frontline doctors. But on January the 20th, it cited the evidence from Shenzhen and Wuhan to acknowledge what many had warned from the start.
所以呢，这个现在可以这么说，是肯定的有人传人的现象。
3 days later, Wuhan was locked down. China says it has been open, transparent and responsible, and its firm measures bought the world time. But researchers now say if lockdown had happened sooner, the vast majority of infections could have been prevented.
Kerry Gracie reporting there.